This is one of 5 projects across the continent funded by the World Health Organization through its TDR program, which started in October 2013. Trypanosomiasis is an important disease in several countries of the African continent. In the Maasai steppe in particular, the Maasai people and their livestock are particularly vulnerable to trypanosomiasis. This disease is endemic, it is zoonotic, it is a neglected disease. An important aspect was to work closely with the local communities in order to ascertain their knowledge of trypanosomiasis, but also to know about their adaptation methods, both to the disease and climate variability.
The pastoral communities are aware of animal African trypanosomiasis, but only minority were aware of human African trypanosomiasis.
We observed seasonal variation of tsetse fly abundance, and also we observed the seasonal variation of trypanosomes infections. Seasonal dynamics that we recorded in this study, combined with downscaled climate information, can be used in prediction of where tsetse fly will move in the future and where the hotspots of infection will be.
Land use influence the quality of habitat and hence determine the abundance and the distribution of tsetse fly and their infection rates. But the abundance and the infection rates according different land use types vary across villages and habitats. The second output is the abundance of tsetse flies does not determine the infection rates in it. Rather, the infection rates in tsetse flies seem to be positive correlated with the abundance or the density of wild animals and livestock.
We found that the prevalence of trypanosome infections was 17.2 in cattle, and that of tsetse flies was 6.9. And these varied in the different villages that we studied, as well as by season. And this will help the Maasai communities who we work with to improve on the control against African trypanosomiasis, as well as to help the policy makers and the government officers that we work with to come up with control regimes and recommendations that would reduce the burden of disease in the area.
Ninaamini kwamba hiki ambacho mmekifanya si kitu kidogo. Sasa kubwa ni lile ambalo sisi tunapaswa kufanya sasa kama wenyeji, kwamba kuendeleza kutoa elimu kuhusiana na kile ambacho wenzetu kama wataalamu mmekiona.
Hiyo mgonjwa hatuioni tena. Kwa nini? Na bado nrobo hivyo kama nrobo kwa ng'ombe hivyo kama zamani.
Kwa pamoja na kwamba majibu yanaonyesha kwamba vijidudu hapa kwetu havipo, lakini kuna watalii walitembelea mbuga ya hifadhi ya Tarangire, lakini wamerudi kwa kule Ulaya na kugundua kwamba wana vijidudu vile vya ugonjwa wa malaria.
Kwa maana hiyo, mnachokifanya hapa ni kuonyesha wafugaji kwamba mjihadhari, kwa sababu kuna jambo lipo. Tunafikiri kwamba tulikuwa tunakaa tunachanja na ile madawa yetu, tunatibu na ile madawa yetu, tunafikiri tatizo linaendelea kufanyaje kupungua, lakini kinaonekana tatizo linaanza kuja juu zaidi.
Based on our 3.5 years of research, we consider and we confirm that African trypanosomiasis remains to be a disease of public health importance affecting animals and humans in Tanzania.
This policy dialogue has focused on 2 related areas: sleeping sickness and climate change. It is my sincere hope that the presentations will highlight where we are, where we were, where we're coming from, where we are today, and where we'd like to go as a nation in terms of health and climate change and its mitigation.
It's our hope as Nelson Mandela that as we have started this dialogue, this process will continue. Tanzania is going to benefit from the findings that have been put forward in this project.
What is really important here from a policy perspective, as a government, we now have our One Health strategy, and this for us in health to really be able to work with the veterinary sector and other sectors that may impact health brings us together. So as we have our discussion within that perspective, within that frame, that we can build on the work that has already begun.
This program on human African trypanosomiasis elimination, the country reached a point of being below 10 cases reported in 1,000 or so, and we have almost maintained that. But the question is, we still get cases in tourists, which was last year and another year, and I think the follow-up study to humans will also be good, because we get them in tourists and we don't see them in Tanzanians.
The diagnostic component, and you touched on that one as well. I guess the tourists would take an extra effort to go through a proper diagnosis to know what is the fever that I'm experiencing. Is it malaria or otherwise? In those areas, one of the requests that came very clearly from the farmers is, can we have a proper diagnostic facility since we live in a vulnerable environment?